Step ladder bracket. One match is complete. 242-224 win for Birgit Puppler of Germany. Now Danielle McEwen is next. Lone American in the field. 24 years old. She's joined now by Carolyn.
Danielle, ever since you won the Tour Championship last year, you have been on an unbeatable winning streak. What is one of the keys to your success?
I think just having the PWBA Tour back has made me really sharp, and especially my mental game. I'm just learning so much and growing, so just taking it week to week.
Okay, well, I hope that continues for you. Good luck tonight. Back to you, Dave.
Carolyn, Danielle, thanks. Birgit Puppler, Kelly, apparently just fine. The leg injury she talked to us about pre-match seemed to be a big concern for her. She tried a lot of different treatment options, but didn't feel 100%.
Yeah, your basic stuff, you know, heat treatment, ice to take the inflammation out of it, ibuprofen, everything she did. She's been struggling with it since the second block, and she's just trying to play again more left to right to avoid it.
From hoops to hockey, the diamond and the gridiron. The morning's most outrageous team has you covered. Don't miss Boomer and Carton weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern, right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports, CBS Sports Network.
Bridger right now, she's staying loose on the unused lane. She's allowed to do that. The competitors not to compete on the pair that we're bowling competition on, but she's able to stay loose, and again, she's favoring that right leg. So her goal here is to stay inside of Danielle, have a little more miss to the right of her where the friction is, and hopefully she can get away with it for the next few matches.
How did Danielle McEwen get to the finals? Let's find out. Break down her road, Kelly.
Well, she defeated Corinne Lieber, lost to Diane Zavalova, 7:36. Diana posted some great numbers. But she went into the contenders bracket, and look at the field of players she defeated. Verity Crawley, Victoria Johansson, another international player. Again, Katie Sutphin and Rocio Restrepo from Colombia. But her scores, her average is 698, 663, 746, 714. She only got stronger as the competition went on, and that's the reason why she's here tonight.
As she told us yesterday, winning the 2015 Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship in Arlington, total career changer for her. Gave her such confidence for the second year, return of the PWBA.
Yeah, as a Team USA member and one of her fellow teammates, I've watched her grow, and she's so level-headed. She's so mature. She has so much to be going for her right now. So it'll be interesting seeing how this match goes. Both are strong competitors. Danielle is just, again, building up her resume and coming off a high. She hasn't gotten bad. She keeps getting stronger and stronger as the weeks go on. Final
Moments of practice here for each as they get set for this big matchup in our stepladder finals, match number 2.
Could we say it's pizza versus schnitzel? The American food, hamburgers against schnitzel?
You can say that.
I can say that. Okay, good.
You just did. We're ready to go. And we asked all 5 bowlers beforehand about what this means because they come from different countries. And Danielle said, absolutely, this is something I want to do for my country. So patriotism in addition to the motivation of winning the tiara, $20,000 first place prize check, and a major place in history. It's a big deal all the way around.
Yeah, and recognized because, again, she's wearing a Team USA jersey. She's so proud to be representing her country, one of 10 ladies in a world of over 400 million to represent our country in competition. Brigitte for Germany, all the girls on the telecast tonight are all on their national team. So they're just one of a few within the world.
Here we go, match 2 underway. A shot, and 3-6 remaining for Danielle McEwen.
Yeah, I think the left lane is going to be troublesome for all the ladies tonight. Seems to be breaking down much more rapidly than the right lane. We'll definitely see adjustments between balls, angles, approaches to compensate for that different and transitioning lane.
Big step up for Danielle. She did not make match play a year ago at the Queens in Green Bay. Converts the 3-6 and a good start with a mark.
She packed all 3 in the 10th in the last match, so starting here on the right lane, her good lane. Let's see how she kicks off match number 2 against Danielle. Wow.
Late trip, not 1 but 2 pins. Avoids a split and has a strike. Sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, she's feeling comfortable. This one just inside target line a little bit, still at the break point around the right area. 4-pin comes forward. But watch here at the pins. As the ball is going through, it's going to be a little bit high on the head pin. Comes up high, leaves almost the 4-9, but then she's able to trip it out. Now again, left lane is hooking. Finish with 3 strikes on this left lane. First attempt, match number 2.
Dialed in as the lanes transition. And we spoke to Birgit about that pre-match, having to come from the bottom of the stepladder. It's a lot of bowling, fighting that injury, and got to make a lot of strategic adjustments as the lanes change.
She was so happy to qualify. It didn't matter that she led all week long and dominated through the matches. When it came down, she lost to Sandra. She was happy to be on the show. Already a ball change for Danielle. Coming to the AR on the right lane.
That didn't take long, did it? And there's a strike.
No, she might be using 2 different balls in the lane. We'll see when she goes back to the left. Danielle's approach, just so smooth and unique. Carries the ball slightly on the first step. Her key is her push away, but gets it past the knee. Long-legged, great power step. Look at the leverage in her shoulder. Top of the swing, great flat spot. Her hand is so clean at the bottom of the swing with her release. She never squeezes the ball. It's always on line, and the ball follows her swing identically. 2 different balls, each lane. Much deeper on the left lane with a little bit of a weaker ball. So obviously both girls playing each lane slightly differently.
Third frame now for Birgit Puppler. Trying to stay perfect. 4 strikes between the bowlers so far. She talked about with us last year, top 25 finish. That was really good. She was pleased with it. Bowled well a year ago in Wisconsin.
She's bowled well the last year and a half. Maybe as a result of the Queens competing.
With shots like that.
Her friend Toby's in the audience, as we just viewed in on. Tobias. She's not a bowler. Wanted to make note of that. Big supporter of her, as well as the Brunswick staff here this week. Chuck Gardner and the fellow other tour reps this week were very, very helpful to her with equipment, knowledge of the lanes and how they played. So she had a lot of male influence all week long.
Five-time German national champion. Stays perfect, a great start. Front 4 to begin the match for Birgit Puppler. Carolyn's got more on Danielle.
Well, Danielle saw the same thing that happened to Birgit the first game. That left lane has a little bit more early hook, so what she's opted to do is go with the weaker ball with a little bit of surface so she could play the lanes the way she wanted to, stay in the zone where she felt the most comfortable. On the right lane, still a little bit tight in the middle part of the lane, so she went with a stronger ball with light surface to give a smoother reaction to the pocket.
And that, Carolyn, was a flush strike in the 1-3 pocket, her best shot.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. When you're watching ball motion down the lane, sliding 20, right around 13 of the arrows, that brown indicator is at 40 feet back there. She hits it repeatedly, and you talk about shape, it's just that smooth curve as it's going down the lane.
So much Team USA experience. She's got an app on her iPhone she showed us yesterday, the country tracker. So she's been at 17 different countries.
And what, she's 24? That's unbelievable.
How about that? Comes a little bit high, late trip on the floor. She'll take it, another strike, and these two are just tearing up the TV pair right now.
Yeah, she's much deeper, 14-15, just inside the indicator on board 12. Comes up high on the head pin itself. 2-pin comes back to go behind the 4-pin and trip it forward. Ooh, you could see by the reaction on her face too. She knew it was going to be their 9 count, but she catches the break and trips the 4. I know Mom Susan back home loves that reaction to keep her daughter into this match with only in 5 frames.
Poplar looks to stay perfect. Front 5. You bet! Drives through the pocket, shrapnel everywhere on the deck. And a perfect shot.
Yeah, now the ladies had 20 minutes to practice prior to the start of competition in the telecast airing tonight. So a lot of the girls are more straighter players. They tend to break the lane down from the right side, create more friction. So when Brigitte gets inside of it, she's able to create more angle to that hook spot and see the shape that she wants to see. Now again, this left lane hook, she's using the same bowling ball in each lane, but definitely playing deeper on the left lane.
How about half a dozen? Front 6. Yes, sir!
Flush, flush, flush. And I'm not talking about all hearts. That was beautiful.
Das ist ausgezeichnet. That means excellent.
Excellent.
Auf Deutsch.
You sure you didn't sneeze? The format this week of the 256 entries, we had 3 rounds of 5 games of qualifying, 15 games total. Cut to the top 63 plus Liz Johnson, defending champion. She qualified in the top 10. Double elimination format, you lose twice, you're out, and the top 5 advance to the step ladder. Seeds 3, 4, and 5 advance. Right now, Danielle's number 3 seed going up against Brigitte.
How about some late help?
Oh,
The scout across the deck takes out number 10.
Where's the stamp on that one for the messenger?
Wow, 5-bagger for Danielle McEwen.
Wow, I mean, great pocket shot. Ball deflects slightly. See the pins kind of go out to the side rather than back. I think that was the 2 or the 4 pin that bounced off the side. Must have been the head pin. Came back over late messenger, put a stamp on it because she delivered, knocked out the 10.
Wow, strike fest here. Halfway home for Poplar for a perfect game.
290 pace for Danielle.
Goodness.
Can't have it better for live TV.
7th frame. Keeps it going.
She's not going away. Neither is Brigitte. Now, interesting fact, when a player has the front 5 or 6, we'll continue on, let that streak go. Don't want to go to commercial break right now and try to get her out of tempo. So Brigitte has the front 6. Let's see if she can maintain that focus and keep the string alive.
300 games are very hard to do. It's like a perfect game in baseball. It is tough. Looks for the front 7 to stay perfect.
Hurry up.
Yes, indeed. 7th straight.
Wow, scores were high all week long. They really, really were. This is great right here. 12-13 at the arrows. Gets it right to that friction spot, which I said she wanted to. Again, the ball flush. I mean, 10 straight back. Look at the head pin. Falls down straight back. It doesn't get much better than that.
Did you expect this high scoring pace?
I did. It happened all week long. I mean, if you look at the overall average of the field, the top 63 that made it, it was impressive. The competitive nature of the girls, the strength of the field, just allowed for multiple angles to be played.
Another?
And high scores.
Streak ends with a 10-pin. After the front 7 for Birgit Poplar of Germany.
Yeah, she's still ahead, but Danielle could take advantage of this now with the spare in the next 6 in a row. She's on 290 pace. Poplar with 279 if she converts a spare.
The door is slightly open. There's a 10-pin. Single pin conversion for Birgit Poplar. After the front 7, a spare. Great conclusion to this fantastic match from Vegas is coming up on CBS Sports Network. Eighth frame coming up for Danielle, looking for the 7-bagger. A moment ago, she spoke with Marshall Kemp, her boyfriend, a star on the PBA Tour.
Yeah, Marshall was just reassuring her that she's doing the right thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, Marshall was just reassuring her that she's doing the right thing. Just trying to be smooth, which she already is, and her hand was doing the right thing. So as long as she keeps doing what she's doing, they're polar opposite. She's a perfectionist. She likes to really strategize everything. He's more laid back and just knows how good she really is.
7-bagger. 7-pin. Wobbles and will not fall. Breaks the streak.
Such a good shot out of the break, too. Down here, 12 inside again. Hits board 10, 9-10 in the back. Ball deflects slightly. 4-pin just falls in front of the 7-pin. Right there. Domino effect. 1 into the 2. 4 goes slightly in front of the 7. Touches it, but just not enough to knock it down.
There's 7 single pin conversion. And a great career at Fairleigh Dickinson in New Jersey. 2-time NCAA Player of the Year. First team collegiate All-American, academic All-American 3 times.
Loves bowling around the world. Absolutely loves the traveling. She said all the countries she's attended right now and been to. Love Dubai out of the most. Her and Marshall spent some good time over there together. And she enjoyed the weather, shopping, and everything else that goes with Dubai.
Foundation frame. Split. This is tough. It's the 4-6.
Yeah, that left lane is getting so jumpy in the back portion. She's so much deeper. Doesn't get it quite far enough right, because the last time she was over there, she got a little too far right, came back, and now she leaves the 4-6.
So the late open
gives Poplar a chance to press down the gas pedal and just drive right by.
Bernice Lim is next. 2 seed. Will take on the winner of this match. And on the bench, Poplar watching the open frame. And the foundation frame especially so damaging. Birgit tries to take advantage. He's got to really hurry up and look out.
Still the
Some
match.
wood. And the 10-pin stand. 2-8-10.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure because of her injury in her leg. She pops up at the foul line. Ball goes way far right down here, not necessarily in the gutter, but far enough off its intended path. Doesn't have enough to get back to the pocket in the 2-8-10. Now, you want to play smart, you really just try to go for the wood, knocked over 2 more pins to increase your score and take it to the 10th frame. That's exactly what she's going to do.
Take the 2-8, 10 stands, late open frame. How about this development? Each in the foundation frame with an open to make this a really exciting finish.
Big step there in the 3rd, makes her force up even longer, but she's so late with it, falls off balance here. Again, it could be that push-off trail leg, but when she's trying to accelerate and create so much power, she over-torqued her torso, made her fall off balance and project the ball way, way far right down the lane.
So that's what she needs.
She's been key on this left lane.
Can she get the first? No, she cannot. That comes in way high.
Wow.
3, 6, 7, 10. And each bowler so late struggling with a lane transition.
This left lane is so jumpy, so high on the head pin. Just goes straight through the pins, cutting it like a chainsaw. Makeable spare. She's got to take the 3-pin and slide it over, take out the 7. Can she create enough angle? Possibility.
No, she can't. Just an 8-pin count. And now the bench, Danielle McEwen sees the match change dramatically in her favor.
Yeah, she thought she was done. She now has the chance to come up and win the match and advance.
Well, this is it, Kelly. It's all about the 10th frame. You've done this how many times in your great career with 6 major championships?
Yeah, there's been a few.
What is going through her mind right now?
Well, if she takes the advice from Marshall and Jim Callahan, Del Ballard, she's just going to stay smooth. Jim told her, hit her target, play catch with your target. The pins will fall down.
Just a mark and 8. All she needs. How about the mark? Yes, indeed. 60 feet to success. A huge strike for Danielle McEwen. And she is in the driver's seat to advance.
Yeah, all she had to do was hit her target. I mean, if you watch the match, every time she's hitting 10, 10, right at the back. 6-pin trips out the 10, ball's deflecting slightly, but when you're striking, you don't move. You read your ball, let the ball be the guide, stay where she's at. She's got to hit her target again, 8 pins to advance.
Eight for the win. How about 10 down and a victory for Danielle McEwen? The 3 seed from Stony Point, New York will climb the ladder. Trying for the Queen's Championship.
I've seen her bowl so many times. She's been so clutch in the 10th frame. Every single time she's needed it. Really such a great athlete. A great athlete. If you're going to leave it, that's the time to leave it.
245, 233. Danielle McEwen climbs the ladder. Hoping for a second career major. The lone American in the field is through. When we come back, Carolyn will tell us how important it is to get a count on a split. Some great bowling tips on the way from the USBC Hall of Famer, Carolyn Dorn-Ballard. Las Vegas, home to some incredible entertainment. We had a really entertaining match a moment ago wrap up between McEwen and Pupler. Great start for Brigitte. She had the front 7 looking for a moment for a 300 game, but then she struggled at the end with a couple of open frames, and splits were a big issue for her. So do you want to be a champion? Sometimes getting count on a split is more important than you might think, as Carolyn tells us in this week's USBC Bowling Academy.
What's going on back here? Splits, splits, splits. That's all I see. Obviously, it happens to all of us, whether you're in league competition or tournament competition. The key about splits is every now and then we really think we can make them. But let's be honest. Every now and then, the smart move is to make count. A really good example is when we leave the Greek church. If you're on a double, you want to get count. You don't want to lose pins. You have to get the 3, especially if you're in team format. The big finish there is getting the most count for your team so you can win your match, just the game, or league. It's about getting the count. Now, I know we think we can slide those pins over, but there are some, like the 7-10, that's actually impossible to make unless you can throw it really hard, get that pin to bounce out of the back, and come back and hit the other pin. So really, be smart about when you're making splits, especially in a team environment. It's about the count. It's about what did you do before that split. Like I said, if you're on a double, if you're on a strike, those pins count double. Kristen is going to use her spare ball to shoot at the 210. Most bowlers think they can push the 2-pin into the 10, but really it's less than 10% that this spare can be made. Don't forget, going for the wood is your best option. The 4-9, the spare that all bowlers think they can make. They want to send that 4-pin over into the 9. But once again, depending on what your score is, are you willing to risk giving up pins to add to a possible victory? Remember, it's just one frame. Okay, we all made bad shots, but you need to get back up there, get the count, go in the back, regroup, and make sure that the next time you get up to make your shot, you are focused on making the best shot you can. Remember, the key to splits, getting the count.
CDB, thanks. Great advice. USBC Bowling Academy provides hundreds of hours of high-quality instructional videos for bowlers of all skill levels. Learn from Team USA and USBC certified goal coaches, as well as other top pros and instructors. Visit USBCBowlingAcademy.com today for more information. Pretty Slim, the 2 seed from Singapore, just 24 years old, will take on American Danielle McEwen the next match, trying to climb the ladder at the USBC Queens.